A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular session, I would be relaying a letter, which is first time it's happening. It's a letter that the DM has written to the Karmic. The masculine collective has written this letter to the Karmic person or whosoever holds the Karmic energy. For your personal situations, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. The description box has all the details. It has the link to my Patreon. If anybody wants to get one Zoom class every month, you guys can join the Patreon membership because that's what you get every month. So it's not like just 1 month. Every month you can avail to that class. And as I said, for personal situations, you can check out and you can book the session using the PayPal link. The link of my book In the Name of Love is also mentioned over there. In the Name of Love is a journey of finding your ultimate soulmate, and it has 5 channeled twin flame ascension stories. They are very uplifting and they are basically the common situations that have appeared on this planet time and again. The stories were given to me in a very mystical fashion. So obviously that's how it took my attention. I got more and more focused towards the twin flame ascension journey since that time. I think I published the book in 2011, so I must have been working on it in 2009 and 10. Yeah, it did not take too long for me to write that book. And after that, my life completely changed. So I highly recommend this book to everyone who's on the ascension journey. If you choose to go ahead with therapy or personal session, then kindly do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me. So let's get started now with the letter to the Karmic. Dear Karmic, I cannot address you as beloved because that place I have given to my divine counterpart. But I'm writing to you because I'm immensely thankful to you for helping me connect with the divinity within me that led me to connect with my divine counterpart. I am thankful to you because you forced me to stop ignoring the garbage that was hidden in the underground basement that I didn't want to clean up, and I was pretty much in denial about it as well. You made me realize that even though I was looking for someone to match up with my energies, but I wasn't myself in the right state. I had to do a lot of work, and I'm still doing it, in order to become worthy for my divine feminine. I was extremely upset with God when you gave me a tough time. I suffered a lot because I kept looking for true love in your eyes for me, and even in general, but never found it. Yes, it was shocking for me because over a period of time, I felt that you don't love anyone but your ego. How could anyone be so blind in fanning an illusion for so long? I spent a long time in trying to make you happy, but you kept on humiliating me. You were never happy no matter what I did for you. Even if I would pluck the stars and bring them down for you, I am sure you would, and you did, find a reason to complain. Maybe the stars were not your type, maybe they were too big or small, they were not shining enough, maybe you didn't like the color. You would not look at the amount of efforts I would make to get you anything you wanted or to do the things that I never wanted to do for anyone else. Maybe I would have done it for the person I really loved, but for you, I went out of my way. I was a confident person, but you constantly belittled me. And I felt like you did a favor on me by being with me. I asked myself many times, What did I lack in, or what was it that I wasn't doing for you? Why wasn't I enough for you? During that time, I was constantly reminded of my flaws, as if I had nothing in me other than the flaws. I experienced pain and emotional torture, and living with you felt like a slow poison. I asked many times, what did I lack in? Or what was it that I wasn't doing for you? Why wasn't I enough for you? As it is, I always felt a bit out of place or a little bit different than others. But I cannot deny that I was taken care of. But I was taking care of you all the time. I really wanted to make you feel special. I really wanted to do everything for you. When I met you, I thought that you were my dream come true. That's why I asked myself many times, what did I lack in? Why wasn't I enough for you? During that time, I felt like I had fallen into a deep, dark pit. I experienced so much torture, and I wasn't even sure for so long that what was causing my life to fall into such a deep, dark pit. The humiliation became so big that my identity was lost. I felt that you were never even real. You were an illusion, and I manifested you because I had a perfect partner in my mind. And it was like a dream come true at first, but soon it turned into a scary, uncomfortable nightmare. It was an image that I had created, and I tried to fit you into that image. When I met you, you matched the criteria physically, and there were lots of signs I saw. I was so happy at that time. But with time, I realized that my imagination was also a big illusion. Of course, after going through so much pain, I had to forgive you in order to take the best step, because one thing became clear to me, that you were simply not spiritually open or mature. Till the time I took your bad behavior personally, I suffered so much. I had to stop taking it personally. All of it. In fact, now I realize that you have unknowingly helped me to understand my own spiritual strength. There came a time when I didn't even want to be around you. Even your thought in my head affected me so much that my whole day would get ruined. I met a few people to help me recover. I met a few psychiatrists as well, but nothing helped. They didn't understand what I was going through. And that phase was even more difficult to cope up with because nobody could tell me what I was going through. If the gaslighting, the manipulation, the betrayal wasn't fully visible to me for such a long time, how could it be visible to them? All they could do was give me some pills and some medication that would help me sleep. I tried many things to feel better, and then one fine day I felt an awakening, and I sensed that nothing has helped me so far. The saving grace were a few limited people who knew I was suffering but did not know how to help me out. But they were by my side whenever I thought I needed some company. After some harrowing time I had passed, I decided to take the control back and not go after trying to please you and get your approval. I read a lot, watched many videos, went on a few sites, and realized that I never have thought about or had by then thought about the spiritual aspects of why things happen to us the way they do. When I started looking for the reasons behind our suffering, then karma came to be an important point. All this was a result of my karma. How can that be? Who did I hurt? I never did anything bad to anyone. Rather, I was the one who got hurt so many times by others, and I built up my personality in such a way that no one would ever be able to hurt me again. I had to get away from you, and getting away from you meant to accept that I made a mistake and I'm not perfect. The reason why I was in denial and I suffered so much is because I was not willing to accept that I made a mistake by choosing you as someone close to me. I made a mistake in choosing you and all the things that I hadn't done for others and maybe a very deserving person in my life, but I did those things for you because I had lust in my energy, because there was something about you that made me feel that you would be the right one for me. And my karma or my journey had to teach me some lessons. I remember how I had acted like a total privileged douchebag and was probably equally selfish. I might not have said mean words or crossed a line, but there were always episodes of my hurtful behavior which smelled of toxicity and selfishness. I had an epiphany that I have to forgive you and take the correct action to protect my energy. But at the same time, I also realized that I had also hurt someone and shattered their faith. I reaped the harvest of my own wrongdoings. You always reap what you sow. For some time, I lived in emotions of guilt and regret and feeling trapped. I couldn't go back to my DF, or else you would get to create some more drama in my already dramatic life. You just needed a reason to say that I am the wrong person, that I am not loyal, because I have someone else in my mind. Therefore, I decided to clear everything with you first, because I was in a big mess. Everything was so messed up. Putting another person into this story, I did not have the energy for it, and I did not want to do it at that point in time, because dealing with you itself was the biggest thing or the problem of my life. Some of the things you did were so toxic, like you would never apologize for the wrong things you would do. Even if I would prove it with evidence, you would still not accept your mistake ever. I always felt emotionally exhausted after having any type of encounter with you, because no matter how long the discussions would be, there would never be any conclusions, just justifications of why you did this and why you did that. But you would never say that, okay, fine, I'm sorry if you got hurt. You were never caring, supportive, and interested in whatever you do. I felt like I didn't exist, and I simply couldn't understand why would you choose to be with me if you never felt anything for me. If you didn't fall in love with me, why did you choose to even be with me? Don't you think it would have been better on your part to reject me in the very beginning? Why did you take your own sweet time to discard me? Because you knew that I had some value, and you wanted to extract that out of me, just like some people extract the juice from sugarcane till the last drop comes out. But you're totally thankless. Or maybe God was teaching me how not to expect a thank you from people who use you. Obviously, everybody out here is here to serve others. And human beings don't realize that. Human beings just expect. And I don't want to be that type of human being. I want to do things for others while I protect my boundaries, while I'm protected spiritually. And I don't want to expect anything from anyone, not even a thank you. Obviously, you lack something in you. And that's why I realized that I need to forgive you. You lack something in you. That's why you have the urge and need to use other people. That's why you're not independent. And this makes me realize that you're so selfish that I cannot even fathom. Even if I try to understand it, I cannot. You never once cared for me. But it all fell in place when I started asking God to help me out, because no one else could understand what I was going through. The only way was to get help from the higher power. When I started connecting with the higher power, with God, I sensed that I should not expect you to change, because after all, you're totally into the karmic energy. And I started becoming obvious to my own karmic energy. I was full of it too. I was selfish too. I was narcissistic too. I was an attention seeker too. I only wanted materialistic things for me all the time. I was all about the money. I had no mission. I never cared about working on myself and becoming a better version first, before I attract someone worthy in my life. I never questioned life and death. So many people were dying around me, but I never questioned. Where are they going? What's happening to them? And am I also going the same way? And if I am going the same way too, then what am I doing here? Wasting my time. Even as I speak about all of this, we all know that life is temporary. But how many times did I question it? I don't remember questioning it so much. Only when I experienced a very horrible time with you, which I could not explain to anyone else, I felt that I was literally dying. But I got saved somehow. I am getting upset at you, Karmic. But frankly, I got to see my own face in the mirror through you. It's not fair to say that someone did bad to me when I've been the same myself to someone else. I can't blame you completely because I left something good behind me to be with you. Obviously, that wasn't a good idea because I was also enamored by the illusion that you were projecting out. People project what they have, and if I wanted the illusion, then God gave me the illusion. An illusion of love, an illusion of romance, companionship, happy married life, or happy relationship. And you embodied that illusion so well. And just the way it is the nature of illusion to allure and seduce people to literally nothing. Like the mirage of a clean, shiny water body in the middle of a hot, deserted place. The desert warriors know very well what a mirage is, and they never waste even a second on it. But I didn't want to be a warrior. I didn't want to do anything esoteric or profound. I wanted the biggest illusion of this planet, the dream of romance. Despite seeing since childhood that all the people who are in this dream of romance are not happy. Literally. I knew I had gifts. I always knew I was different. But I was greedy and I was in low energies. I started acting like all the lost souls of Mrityu Lok. Why should I blame you when I myself was so lame and on low frequency? We are always a match to whatever we attract. If I attracted you, I am sure I had lust in me. And I thought that you will add a feather to my cap. You will be the beautiful jewel I'll flaunt around. So for a selfish person like you who wanted gifts, money, materialistic things, a commitment that you could show off, no work, who doesn't want the easy things, right? The good things. But no one or very few people want to capture the demons that live off the ego. I was punished for what I chose. It's not your fault. And neither would you be able to see your fault right now. Because this is not time yet for you, I think. You are doing whatever your ego is making you do. And ego, when it knows how to control people, it controls people very well. Sometimes for so many lifetimes. You just wanted to be liked by others. You just wanted to fit in with your own choice of illusion. I don't have hatred for you. I don't want to have hatred for you because I'm not perfect myself. So I'm literally taking you as a catalyst which is connecting me back to my divinity, or at least reminding me that yes, I can be divine and I have a divine counterpart. I should simply forgive you because you're a victim of the society you live in. I had to expose you because you put some very demeaning allegations on me. And back then, I really did not know how to do it. As I said, I'm not a saint, but I'm not as bad as you. In fact, I attracted you in my life so that I could see that I was the same type of person in someone else's scenario. That's why I'm so glad that we met. I suffered, I cleared my karma, and I'm sure you'll suffer too, and that will not be a bad thing. I am also not the type of person you thought or assumed I would turn out to be. You were looking for a materialistic guy, someone who would do things for you materialistically. But I had started changing because I was looking for true love. I wanted only true love, and that too in a package with my type of programming. I have done what you did to me to someone else. And it could be possible that the one I hurt might also have run away from someone else who was crazy about them. But I understand the loop now. I understand this cycle. And I understand that I need to work on myself and not try to fix other people or the whole world. I could not see love, so how can you see love? The world is not out there to get a hold of me. Or neither do they care so much about anyone unless that person doesn't pay attention to those thoughts. I am beginning to get comfortable with who I am. I don't want anything else or anything extra from anyone. I am content. I am healing my wounds and I don't want to copy other people blindly and walk behind them like a sheep. If I have to walk behind anyone like a sheep, then it has to be one of the best people on this planet. Still, I would like to follow my intuition. I want to be content with myself and how God has designed my life. I am no longer attracted by the worldly desires and being next to my perfect someone because now I know there is no perfect someone or anyone out there for me. I am that person myself who is perfect for me, and only those who naturally would fit in would be the people who are practicing the same thing. I want to be an emotionally mature and independent man, and I want to be around emotionally mature and independent people. I don't want to be with a lover who's not on this understanding. I am interested in studying spirituality as a student of life. I no longer want to swim on the surface level. I want to go deep. I know by now that Earth is a school and we are here to learn. And I have to be honest that ever since I surrendered to true love, I'm not even interested in anything else, especially something as fake and unreal as romance. So thank you, Karmic, for everything you did to me. You were a catalyst in my life who led to my spiritual growth. And you love yourself, and by doing so, you taught me a lot. Though I know very well that you clearly don't know how to love yourself. Self-loathing is not self-love. Our contract is complete. And I'm sorry if I said something that hurt you again. My intention is not to hurt you. My intention is to be honest. I cannot please you or anyone else anymore. But if you got hurt, I'm sorry. And I thank you for your time. Just the way you could not do anything about my pain and suffering, and I had to myself find out the solution for it. Same way, if my words hurt you, you need to go deep within yourself and find out why my words are hurting you and triggering you, just in case they do. Being a karmic is not about a person. Karmic is an energy, and I know that because I've had that energy too, and I have no problems in admitting that. Because I want to become a best version of myself. And I want to complete my work here on planet Earth. This is not vacation time for me. I am serious and I'm a mature spiritualist now. So thank you for your time and the lessons that came through you. Take care of yourself. God bless you. And may one day you also find out what is true love and walk on that path. So this is the end of this particular channel letter from Divine Masculine to Karmic. Amazing, brilliant, whatever came through. Thank you so much to all of you for listening in. Stay connected. I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out and Jai Shri Ram.